Hi everyone, Megan McCann here, and I am so excited to have this boss babe with me today to share her story. As most of you know, I am one of the co-hosts for the Soul Success Summit, and we have women from all over the world coming together for a weekend of self-love, mindset, yoga, meditation, business development, really how to blend the feminine with the masculine piece to your business. And I'm just thrilled to have this lady online with me. She's from Portland. She's a speaker. She's an author. She's a transitional coach. And she's got 3 kids. So this lady is doing it all. So I have with me the lovely Miss Jocelyn. Hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm awesome.
Excited to be here.
So, I'm sorry?
Excited to be here.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool because, before we hit record, you were sharing with me everything that you do, being, speaker, author, a transitional coach, a mother, like wearing so many different hats. And I really want to talk about the transitional coach,
Yeah.
that piece to what you do, because I feel like that's so unique in the coaching world. And so I would love for you to just elaborate more on that. Like, who do you work with? How do you impact women? How do you impact people out there?
So one of my biggest passions is helping people through some of the biggest transitions that life throws at you. Things like navigating death or divorce or career change when life feels like it's kind of like tossed up in the air and you have no idea what's going to happen next. I love to come alongside people during that time. And I actually just finished writing my first book about that whole topic. So yeah, it's been really fun. It's called Thriving Through Transitions. And I really break down the process of what it takes to go from, surviving, which is what so many of us do in those transitional moments, to thriving and creating the life of your dreams. A lot of times, a big part of transitions that people don't think about is the fact that you're moving away from something and towards something else. And if you don't plan for what that new thing is going to look like, it's really, really hard for people to feel excited about it, because a lot of times we're moving away from something that we never wanted to move away from in the first place.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's really exciting. I tend to work a lot with people in those 3 big transitions, but I actually am just launching a mastermind group that's for anyone with any transition that they might be facing. And, sometimes it's as small as like, I want to be a more present mom and I need to make transitions to be able to do that. So I need to be giving something up in order to have more time with my kids, or I need to be utilizing my time better. So sometimes it doesn't have to be like this major transition. It can be something really small, but just shifting your awareness from where you are to where you want to be.
And I'm just thinking of, I'm 35 years old and I've traveled and I've gone through so many different transitions in my life. And there's that feeling of just feeling so isolated. Like I can pinpoint so many different parts of my life, but I'll just give an example. When I graduated from college and I went through like the quarter life crisis, I don't think I ever felt so alone, even though I was surrounded by friends and family. I don't think I ever felt so isolated in my entire life. So I would love to hear more. Like, can you break down somebody who's going through a transition like that? What's one of the first steps that you would take with them?
Yeah. So the first step that I talk about in my book is grieving the loss. So even with something like moving from college out into the real world, you're losing a sense of security. You're losing a sense of identity. There's so much that you lose in that process. So there's grief that comes with that. And sometimes the grief is, really, really deep, with a big significant loss where maybe you lost somebody that you love. But sometimes it's just reminding yourself that it's okay to go through that grieving process with something that, even though you're excited to move on to something new, there's uncertainty that comes with that. So sometimes it's just grieving what was, because it was great memories in our life. It was a fun time in our life. And there's a sense of certainty and security that comes from, having that daily routine that you had in college and now all of a sudden is gone, having the relationships that you had in college and now everyone's moved on. Mm-hmm. And so it's really important to do that first step of grieving. But then I also think it's equally important to move past the grieving process and into reframing and looking at how any transition can benefit you, how, mm-hmm. How we grow as a result of doing the hard things in our life.
Yeah, because struggle is like a mandatory part of success, right?
Absolutely. Like the hero's journey is the perfect example of that. There would be no great stories, there would be no great movies without people having to struggle. And the struggle is what builds character. It's what makes you who you are and connects you to others. And so it can feel very isolating and alone. And that's kind of why I am so passionate about this topic, because I felt that in my early 20s. I went through losing my dad unexpectedly, and then a divorce, and just felt like this was not the plan at all I had for my life. And all of a sudden, 4 years into adulthood, I'm completely at a loss for what to do next. And I think so many people feel that way when they're in the midst of transition.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would love to hear, who is your ideal client? There's so many different transitions in life, but who is your dream person where anytime they reach out to you, you're like, yes, I am so excited to work with this person?
I love working with women who are in the midst of big, significant transitions, especially divorce and death, because they're so close to my heart. And I remember the struggle, and I have so much personal experience there. So I love that. I love getting to help women who are dealing with juggling multiple things, because it is different. I have so many friends who are like single or they don't have kids. And so many times I hear people say, oh, you just need to prioritize yourself more. And I'm like, you have no idea what it is like to have 3 kids and a husband to juggle, and all of their emotions and everything that goes into that. And so sometimes I love being able to help people who I can understand and who get to feel understood then. I've worked with male coaches at times, and I'm like, I love the advice that you're giving, but then I remember actually my friend who coached me for a long time, he had like one weekend alone with his kids and his wife was out of town, and he's like, I take back everything I ever said about, just needing to be more focused or whatever. And I'm like, I know it's a little bit more challenging than it seems sometimes. So I think for me, getting to work with people that are in the midst of that transitional phase, but they're also dealing with having to keep life moving forward, is really exciting and fun.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I just love this whole topic, and I'm so excited to hear more from you.
Yeah, I am too. I cannot wait. I'm so excited to hear everyone. We have such an amazing group of people that are all going to be there. So
we do. And they're coming from, like I said, all over the world. I believe 50% are not from the United States. So, really, the mission of the Soul Success Summit is to bring powerful women together to really understand that in order for us to all thrive and succeed, we lock arms together rather than feeling like you need to be the best or better than the female next to you. Let's lock arms and let's rise, let's elevate together. So again, I'm so looking forward to what you have to say, and I know that you've got people who follow you that would love to see you in Santa Barbara at the Narrative Loft. So the dates are March 30th and 31st. And it's a 2-day weekend. And in fact, it's actually more like a 2.5 day, because we're going to have a cocktail reception the night before, of mindset, yoga, business development, mastermind, connections, again, with women from all over the world, from all different backgrounds in the entrepreneurial world. So Just to give you an example from the last event, the amount of camaraderie and sisterhood is really beyond our initial expectations. I was just in New York with 3 other soul sisters, and that's really, again, the essence of what the summit is all about. So if you would like to join this lovely lady in Santa Barbara, we do have an affiliate code in which you receive $100 off your ticket. And so at checkout, you just enter Jocelyn's first and last name. Would you mind spelling it out for people so that they know?
It's just Jocelyn, and then my last name is Kuhn. So just JocelynKuhn.com or Jocelyn Kuhn. Just, yeah. I'm thinking of my own website.
Which leads me to the other question, which is, if people want to find you, if they have questions, they're watching this, they don't know you yet, what's the best way that they can get a hold of you?
So my website has a lot of really great information, but also you can email me, just Jocelyn@JocelynKuhn.com. My website's my name also. So everything is pretty simple. All of my social media handles are Jocelyn Kuhn or Jocelyn_Kuhn, depending on what was available. But you should be able to find me just by looking at my name, hopefully.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, again, thank you so much for your time. I can't wait to see you in person this spring and give you a hug.
Yeah, it's going to be so fun. I can't wait.
Awesome. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.
You too.
Okay. Bye.